Looking dapper.
I know it's been probably well past a year since I've seen an Aavak face cam, but you've really lost some weight since I've seen you. Looking great, and a hell of a lot healthier than I probably am. My phone only just buzzed to tell me that this was a stream. Saddest of days for me. Oh, don't worry, you haven't missed too much. I'm not progressing particularly quickly. We're only on Sol 21. But thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you to say. I'm just about 30 kilos from about 6 months ago is the amount of weight I've lost. Actually, I should probably charge up a little bit more, but really need to get the research which allows my rovers to not have to move around too much. I'm actually going to shut down my fuel production. Don't need it right now. We've got a full fuel capacity, more or less. There's absolutely no need to use
Breakthrough
that.
discovered.
Ooh.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Hive mind breakthrough. That I've also had in my Let's Play. I hadn't had it before my Let's Play, but that's a bit of a shame. It's not something we want. It's not going to be too useful to us, that is. But oh well. How are we doing here? Very nearly ready. That's good. As you can see, we had 4 extra stocks of food, and we don't consume that much, generally. Today we've had 17 colonists visit this facility.
Milestone achieved.
There we go. We've produced our first lot of food. And that was soybeans. So now, as a result, the food quality here is 60%. Sorry, the soil quality is 60%, which means that we're going to get a little bit extra. 50% seems to be the base for the amount of food that you're predicted to get. Everything above 50%, you'll get a little bit more, and everything below 50%, when the crop finishes its cycle, everything below that, you'll get a little bit less. The potatoes will drain the soil quality, whilst the soybeans will increase it, which is why I have 2 soybeans to 1 potato. That'll gradually move it up to 100, and then after that, I'm just going to switch it down to 1 soybean, 1 potato. So I'll plant potatoes more frequently, but they'll generally always produce a little bit more. Ooh, deep scanning. It's very nice. Very, very nice, actually. I mean, I could have my probes to do deep scanning, but deep scanning here would be a decent one. Sure, okay. We'll go with that. The average comfort in the colony is actually really high now. Really high. I'm liking this a lot. Liking it a lot. Still got another 4 souls before we can really expand. It's a shame that we haven't had children yet. Do we not have a bunch of sexy colonists? Let me find out.
Sector scanned.
Looking dapper.
Do we have sexy colonists in this colony? Yeah, we got 3 sexy colonists. What's happening, sexy colonists? You're dragging your feet. My lord. I brought you along specifically so you could be sexy. And you're just chilling out instead. I mean, maybe that's the sexy kind of vibe you're going for. More of a laid back, you know, kind of thing. But, yeah, time's wasting. Tick, tick. Thank you very much for the subscription, Catgoon. Is it Catgoon? Or is it Catgun? I'm not sure. One of them has to be named Wolf. Do it, Aavak. I could name a colonist, I guess. I could. It is a thing that I could do. If I can spot one of them. Gotcha. Alright, Anne. We've got a hippie founder here. Claire Murphy. Donk. Next up, we've got a composed founder who is also an enthusiast. There we go. Founder, enthusiast. I hope I'm spelling these names right. Not a rogue AI, fantastic, truly. How did I manage to get that spelled so badly? I know, but one of my hands wasn't on the home keys. Oh, Delbert, one of our sexy founders. Zoidberg. I've just doomed this founder never to get any sex. Because why not Zoidberg? It wouldn't work if it was sometimes Zoidberg. It always has to be not Zoidberg. A survivor fit enthusiast. Wow, you are stacked. You're also a geologist. You are a particularly good founder. I like it. Pseudo Spider is a particularly good one. I like it a lot. Edgar Simpson. I don't remember if I've named Clarissa. So we'll go with that. Yoink. I think we're there we are. We've gone all through them. Doink. There we are. All the colonists are now named. Yay, I'm sexy. Whoop, 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 whoop. Fantastic. Fantastic. I approve. That could not have gone any better. Right. Where are you? And what are you doing? You're not doing something useful yet. Please charge it up. Right. At this point, go ahead, go back there, recharge yourself. There we go. Oh, we can't even go further than that. At this point,
for the first
we are
time,
very limited.
A human has been born on Mars.
Hooray!
It's truly a unique miracle.
Clearly, naming one of the sexy colonists Zoidberg was all we needed to do. The game was just waiting for me to realize this. Very well. We've got a child has been born, which now means we have been positively evaluated and we can send more people. So, Leafy 1. Yeah, you can just be sent again with exactly the same setup, so launch. Amazing. Now, once you arrive, we can get that on the run, but also, we can look at setting up polymers. And that is going to be important.
Sector scanned.
So, I could pop a polymer factory right here if I wanted to. Or one just up there, or one across here. Well, no, I'd have to move something around for that one. But that one wouldn't be a bad place for it. Okay, I'm gonna have to decommission you. And rebuild.
Building a new home on an alien world? That takes guts, to say the least.
Pseudo Spider has the enthusiast trait. Well done, Pseudo Spider. But we already knew this. Right. I would like this light then to be facing the other way. Like
Vehicle
that.
battery low.
Which one? Yeah, we know that one. And we're going to want a polymer factory now. Right there. Now, the reason why this is a good place is, one, it'll connect to power there.
Anomaly
and two,
analyzed.
it'll connect to the pipe network here because I believe it needs water as well as fuel. And at that point, I want polymers to be stored around here. since it'll be much closer. So let's get rid of this polymer site. Alright, at this point, let's get stone wolf up here. There you go.
Cable fault reported.
Where? Okay. Well, I'm going to shut that down then, and it can all run off of this instead. It should be running reasonably well. Wow, really? Is everything out of power?
Sector
Should have
scanned.
enough power. I mean, it's disconnected, but it should have enough power. And it should be discharging.
Research complete.
You out of power? Insufficient power? Oh, no. Oh! This can only discharge at a certain speed. Of course. Of course, that makes sense. Okay. I'm going to need to replace that then with a nuclear battery because they're much better. Research complete. Let's go and have a look. Utility crops. Dome bioscaping. Residents in basic domes have improved comfort. Perfect. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. That's actually really nice because the increased comfort will mean that people living in the basic domes are going to be more likely to have children. Right. We want to haul more metals. Oh, polymers. Go and grab the polymers, please. Got a couple of things we want over there. There we are. You go ahead and charge up. I think that'll do. Oh, I used your name twice for drone and colonist. Okay. Sorry, Clarissa. Which would you prefer? Colonist or drone? I'll just rename whichever one you don't want to someone else. Just like the nuclear family. Very radioactive. This dome as a whole is drawing 31 power in total. I think. Yeah, I think the whole dome as a whole is drawing 31. Drone, of course. Well done. That is the correct choice. Okay, so, Clarissa, where are you? There we go. Renaming to... Salafa. There we are. Welcome to the colony.
Looking dapper.
Thank you very much for the subscription. Not a rogue AI. I love that
Sector
name.
scanned.
Absolutely adore it. Right. Have you picked up everything that was over there? It looks like you have. Yes. Right. Apparently there's more stuff to gather here, but where is it? It's probably these little deposits here and there. In the middle. Yeah. Okay. Well. Can you even get in there? You might not be able to. Oh no, you can. You can actually get down there. Fantastic. Okay. Let's get some more colonists. Womp. This will take us up to the full capacity of one of our habitats. On that note, there's not much reason why I don't send the next one across. Tiberian Kid 2. There's only two matching colonists now out of the 54 we have. So, here is where we need to start getting a little bit more relaxed. So, we're going to allow middle-aged colonists. There's only 3 of the middle-aged colonists willing to come based on what we're restricting. So now we need to start picking the flaws that don't matter as much to us. Melancholic, for example, increased performance penalty when at low morale. As long as they're not unhappy, that's not going to be an issue. Let's see. Loses sanity when low on comfort. Again, a non-issue as long as you've got high comfort. Hypochondriac? No, I'd rather not. Let's see. Coward, double sanity loss from disasters. It could be nasty. And Dome is going to have more than 30, so... Has a 50% chance to lose 20 sanity when visiting a casino. Can be caused by sanity breakdowns. Glutton eats double rations. Can be caused by sanity breakdowns. I mean, there's 5 people there. It's almost a full group. 3 of them are willing to join us. I mean, we do have a space bar.
Looking
Gambler
dapper.
has a 50% chance to lose 20 sanity when visiting a casino. You're going to want gambling, and I don't have gambling to give you. Alright, we're going to take Hypochondriacs. There's actually 6 Hypochondriacs willing to come along. Okay, so we're going to have Hypochondriacs, Whiners, and Melancholic colonists in amongst that ship there. Well, let's get you out.
Looking dapper.
My lord, so many
New
people
colonists have arrived.
Thank you very much, Shudu. And Plumber Smack has resubscribed for the 7th month. Aavak, our Twitch baby is almost here. Damn it. Cargan has followed again. Interesting. And Goose Gamer has resubscribed for the 6th month. Popping in to do this, busy and must be away. Oh, thank you very much for dropping by. Right. What's up there? What are you looking for? Oh, you're unemployed. Ah, yes, of course, of course. Right, well, let's, first and foremost, polymers are a big thing for me. So let's get that going. Vacant work slots that are now full. Okay, you know what? Let's stop that one for now then. Let's instead, how many unemployed? We've got 2 unemployed. What would we prefer to do? I would prefer more doctors. The next ship is going to help us out. We'll also turn back on my field production since we are now digging into it quite aggressively. But at this point, I need to activate this so that we have... because, yeah, we actually had one person who was homeless as a result. Because we've had a child here, so... Let's get that repaired. Alright, you're ready to head off and be gone.
Sector scanned.
Very nicely done. We actually managed to completely refuel that really easily, actually. Alright, want to have a look at some of these anomalies. That's a potentially really good one. It's just such a shame. We're going to have to get a tunnel down there, I think. Explore a bit. As well, though, we're going to want to get a tunnel over here, because that is amazing. It's going to be a hard work dome, but that is still amazing. That being said, let's have a look at our research right now. We could go for a medium dome. That might be well worth it. Oh, nuclear fusion. Fusion reactor. That takes a lot of people to work it, but it produces fantastic amounts of power. It's well worth getting. This one farm may start to struggle with the amount of colonists that we're now going to have here. So, the first thing I'm going to do...
approaching.
We can also build a drone assembler if we want to, so that we can produce more drones. Probably not a threat. I like that. Yeah, we're going to want an extra dome around here, because soon enough we're going to be in a position where we're going to struggle. You know what? I could actually hook these two up to this one tank area here, but that is not necessarily the best thing to do. Because it would mean that my colony might struggle a little bit. Having it up here, though, is going to give me... This one can definitely reach here. Yeah, having this here means that we're going to be able to get
We are
this
all
place mined.
descendants of those who dared to look beyond the nice, cozy valley they inhabited and enter a world full of mystery and wonder.
Wow. This is different
Magnanimous dispensation.
to the European setup. Oh, thank you so much, Plumber Smack. First off, USD to Great British Pound sucks. Thanks for doing a stream tonight, especially this game. Tonight has been hell, and it's so nice to finally sit down and watch you play. Thank you for making my night significantly better. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your night has been a bit rough, mate. You know what? You know what? If some of my viewers are having a rough time, I'm gonna go and get something more to drink so that we can have a little bit of a drink together. Be right back. Wine seemed a bit much, so I opted instead for some mead. Gotta get the wax seal off it. I know we're not really drinking together, but I don't know. It might make it feel a little bit closer. Of course, if I'm drinking mead, it needs to be in a goblet. Yeah, see you, Plum Smack. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Okay. Right. Well, I've not checked out this. I've not played with the USA faction. We're all descendants of those who dared to look beyond the nice, cozy valley that they inhabited and entered a world full of mystery and wonder. Our nature is one of discovery and novelty. Our curiosity will never be satisfied. To this we owe much of our civilization's prosperity and progress. Exploring the mysteries beyond our world caters to the best in us, and by capturing our collective imaginations as a species, we bring the focus back to what we can accomplish together, instead of bickering and fighting amongst each other. We're 1/4 of the way to Sol 100, and almost 1/2 of the way to our goal. But that one's going to be a tricky goal, because...
The analysis tells us that we've found iridium-rich sulfides. That's a real rarity on Earth.
Okay. But that is going to be a tricky goal, because I've got no way of controlling how much there's going to be. The European one, by comparison, is actually a lot easier. It's just research a lot of stuff. And it's like, well, I was going to do that anyway. Mission control log number 18. The analysis tells us that we found iridium-rich sulfides. Mankind's ingenuity had found a myriad of applications for it, but we focused our plan on a much simpler, more vital role in our growing colony. RTGs. Free energy for everyone. Tech boost 10% to all physics technologies. Marvelous. Very marvelous. Let's get over here then. Get some more tech. I think the game just told you to get Picarding.
Select the sector to scan.
I love that is a verb now. I am going to Picard. Right, okay. Well, we've started to get...
Research complete.
What there first? 3D machining has been researched. Okay, we now are going to break from our
No
norm.
active research.
And instead, we're going to do this. I want CO2 jet propulsion. That is a very high want. After that, I then want low G engineering. Then I want dome bioscaping. At that point, I would like general training. And finally, with that, deep scanning would be useful. I'm still going to be going for one in each category all the time to just gradually progress, but I think that's a reasonable setup. How are we doing for our rare resources? We're actually doing pretty good, I'll be honest. Right, here we go. More people to the dome. There we are. Hi, Canny. This is the coronation portion of Stellaris. It's like a minigame. I love that. That was what Spore was meant to be. One vast game with lots of little different
New
chunks.
colonists have arrived.
And then it was just like, no. No, actually, no. It's like, oh, right, okay. I am too sad. Right, well, I want a lot of you working in there then. Alright, I would also like this to be opened up so that we've got a full work shift. Right, how many more people do we have without jobs? Unemployed 4, that's
Anomaly
enough
analyzed.
to get a whole other shift going there. Or possibly a metals mine. I don't think we need a metals mine though. So, turning on the research lab. There's one extra shift just sitting around. Sure, I'll give you a job over there then. You can spend the night shift in the art store. It's probably a pretty... They're going to lose sanity, but I don't know why. Because that to me seems like the night shift at like a luxury art work, like an art workshop. That'd be amazing. Just chilling out. You'd just be so relaxed. Just have a drink, a good book. Maybe you'd have something on the holo screen or something. But you'd just be surrounded by beautiful art and works in progress. And just maybe someone would drop by, you know, to just work on their piece of art in the middle of the night. Maybe buy something. I don't know. You just have a little bit of a chat. That would be amazing. Why would you lose it? Why would you be unhappy with that job? I don't know. Martians are weird, man. All right, let's go for this. Seems like a good position right there. And of course, hook it up to power. Yoink. Now then. Now then. What we want is this. Stores power, high capacity, and max output. We could fit it in there. So this is going to have to go. Yeah, break that down. Aavak, you really have a chill personality. That is the best to come home to after an awful week. Oh, I'm so sorry. So many of my viewers are having a rough time right now. I guess it's a sign of the times, but cheers to you as well then.
Sector scanned.
So good. Sector scanned. Good. This can leave. How much fuel have we got? We're actually still doing quite well for fuel. How are we doing with water resources? Water shortage. We're actually using a little bit more than we're producing now. Alright, well, given that then, turning on the higher production. We've also got a power shortage, which is unfortunate. These are already turned on. Alright. Could build a fusion reactor at some point, but I'm gonna wait.
Looking dapper.
Let's get these down. That will sort out our need. There we are. And you know what? I shouldn't. But I'm going to because that works so bloody well. I like it. It just fits in there. It shines a light. and it's great. And yes, I know this was an upgraded one as well. I don't care, because it's going to look good. And that's all that matters, really. There's no point in surviving on Mars if you can't do it whilst having a beautiful environment to survive in. There we go. And we'll get that pointing up like that. Oh, it'll look lovely. It will look lovely, I tell you. Beauteous. I would like all of these. Well, I'll wait for this one to be built first. But we are actually charging. That's good. I can always open these if I strictly need to. And they'll produce a whack of energy. Some extra funding from our sponsors. Good times. Let's go and grab the next one over there. There we go. I'd like all of those to be upgraded. It's going to eat into our polymers rather aggressively. But we are now producing polymers at a rate of 4.4. Which is decent. It is decent.
Sector scan.
I'd also like this to be upgraded, if I could get it. How, with the extra power, it is going to draw a lot more. You know, ultimately, there's no getting around that. Let's go ahead and could run this down. Well, no. Could I actually even fit these? Well, I guess I could. No, I can't. Very well. We could instead... I'd rather avoid building any more closer to the extractors than I have to.
It's not every day that we have the luxury to choose from what Mars has to offer.
The planet constantly reminds us of its old habit, to give with one hand and take with the other. The rover came across coffinite rocks rich in uranium, clustered on top of a rich hematite deposit. The mineral veins were positioned in such a manner inside the rock that we couldn't blast through without compromising some of them. We faced a difficult decision, but at the end, it was a matter of simple pragmatics. Rare metals deposit or rich metals deposit? We'll go with the rare metals deposit. There we go. And with that, I'm going to need my vehicles to get back. Alright, let's have a look over here. Oh, thank you for gifting the sub, MD72. That was really kind of you. And Hubble Gamers used 10 bits. Thank you so much. Aavak, I can confirm that you can watch ads for Cheers. Here you go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry to see that, Bubbles. There's too much sadness in the world at the moment.
Vehicle battery low.
Right next to a dust storm. Doesn't seem particularly wise. And so, I'm sending you into the middle of it. Eye of the storm. Ah. You failed me. Failed me. Well, and it just dissipated as well. That's hilarious. I am amused. Let's get over there then. Martin will repair.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Ooh. Glorious. I'll let you charge up first before we move over there. Right, generally, colonists are pretty happy with what they've got. They're making a wallop of food, too. Big harvest just came through. We are gaining a pretty decent amount. How are we going for our research right now? We're going to continue outsourcing. Keep bringing in all of that money if we can. Now, I could go for a medium dome or I could go for a single basic dome. And I am tempted for another just basic dome. Has this one actually even... Oh, I can fit a few more people in it, but... I think I'd rather not. I think I would rather have something around here instead. About there should do, I think. Maybe a little bit higher up. Yeah, there. Does that reach? It just reaches. So let's move it down a little bit then. Somewhere around there. Yeah, that's much better. Right, we're going to hook this up from yeah, we'll hook up from the point of the switch. This way we're not going to compromise it too much. Our ability to isolate one dome from the other. There we go. And once again, I want the ability to shut down this dome. Or rather, shut down access to it. Just gotta wait for that to be finished. There we are. Perfect. Let's get that in place. Right, let's have a look now. There we are, fully repaired. Glorious. Load the everything for me. Right, let's get you back down here and charging up again. Where are you? Oh, there we are. We are going to need more metals brought back pretty soon, actually. In terms of the polymer production, we're producing a decent chunk of polymers, but we could always increase that. Have you got everything you can? Yep. Ooh. Oh, now that's nice. Okay, you grab anything you can and then drop it off back here.
Sector scanned.
We are going to want to start getting down there, though, and that is going to require a tunnel. Now, tunnels are interesting things. They're extremely expensive. We don't have the machine parts for it currently. That is going to necessitate building a dome where we can get those machine parts then. Currently, for the most part, we're making use of things that we're making ourselves.
Resources are low.
We can make machine parts, though. It's useful. I'm going to go for micro-manufacturing after the low-G engineering, because I feel that if I don't do that, we're going to struggle a little bit. So I'm going to break my rule of having one thing in each area for now. And we'll come back to that. Aavak, probably a silly question, but have you ever thought about doing a small series of videos on Welsh culture and history? All I've ever learned of Wales in school was it is to the left of England and longbows. Maybe. You know what? I've idly thought that the next time I head back and hang out with some of my friends back in Wales, it would be nice to just video it and kind of vlog it. Getting a bit low on concrete. You should be okay. I think we're generally going to be okay. Okay, let's shut down the production of fuel. We don't need any more right now. What I do need, however... Yeah, we're using all of the concrete as fast as we can manufacture it right now. Isn't great, but I do really want to get the atomic accumulator built. There we go. And yeah, much like the other batteries, it just rises up out of the ground as it gets charged. And we'll build another one down here as well. They do require some things to repair, but it's something that we actually make ourselves, so it's not too Terribly bad. This is getting a fair bit of dust from that area, actually. You know what? No, cancel that for a second. If I'm going to build it, why don't I build it on the far side, where it is not going to get as dusty. That, to me, sounds like sensibleness. Yeah, we'll just build it in there. In fact, we might get rid of that battery at that point. There's no point in having it there, since it's just using up polymers. We'll keep it for now, though. We will keep it for now. There we go. That's what I like to see. Plenty of metals coming in. I don't know why. I've seen a couple of other people playing the game, and I don't know why other people neglect to use their transports more. They're fantastic. Just get out there, mine stuff. It's glorious. You can get over there and do a little bit of research. Leaving. I can't see Aavak as a history teacher. He would be the very, very enthusiastic science teacher. Well, why couldn't I be the very, very enthusiastic history teacher? History is just science from the past. Aavak would be an amazing literature teacher. I'm not sure about that one. Not sure about that one. Maybe. Who knows?
Sector scanned.
Because Aavak, you get so into it when you talk about AI or quantum physics. It's true. It's true. There we go. How glorious and beautiful it is. We are harnessing the power of the atom. Right. Now, the thing with this is it charges slowly. But when it discharges, it can discharge a massive amount.
Breakthrough discovered.
It can store 2,000 over this one, which can store a mere 200, and it can only max output to 20 at a time, whereas this can output 5 times that much. This one battery would be enough to sustain the dome for a short time. If I wanted to really make sure it was sustained, I'd have to build a second. But we could do that.
Research complete.
Word of our
Cable fault
community's
reported.
acclaim spreads.
Thank you very much for the raid. Saint the Ogre. What a fantastic name. I suppose ogres would have saints. I mean, why wouldn't they? Though, aren't saints specifically Christian? And aren't ogres... Don't ogres, like, become enraged at the scent of Christian blood? No, that's trolls. Trolls become enraged at the scent of Christian blood. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. We can absolutely have a Saint Ogre. That is 100% okay. That is not breaking any law at all. Well done, you. CO2. Oh, fantastic. We've now got it. Fueled extractors. Now we're getting somewhere. If we get... Wait, there's a quote from Putin. We should not just consume hydrocarbon fuel, but use it to develop nuclear energy, hydropower, and renewable energy sources. So you can actually use fuel to run your extractors at even higher capacity than you normally do. That is definitely worth us going for. Absolutely worth it. So I'm going to keep to pop that one up there. Breakthrough 2? Have I got a second breakthrough? Oh, I do. I didn't actually notice that. Martian-born ingenuity. Martian-borns gain 10 performance. Growing up in a unique environment combined with some creative gene therapy makes people better problem solvers. Martian-borns are brought up in a society which thrives on the idea that every extra effort counts, and the smarter the effort, the better. Oh. I approve. We will take that. Indeed, we shall. Right now we're using 3 water here. I could cut that by building a spire, which would drop it by 70%.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Yeah, all of these anomalies are going to be down there. I need to be down there right now to be able to complete my mission. Really need to be down there right now. It's annoying. Oh well. Right, where's my transport? Could you please charge up a little bit? Right.
Vehicle battery low.
It's probably yours. Right, so we've got a new dome. So, once again, we need a new stockpile of resources to keep this dome running, even in the event of a catastrophic colony failure. If all of our production buildings go offline, I want to have a little bit of time left to try and get them back up and running before the colony just poodles out and dies. I could, at this point, if I wanted to, have 2 nuclear batteries just to be sure that the colony can run. I will reserve that option for now. And cables. I think what I'm going to do down here, though, is I'm going to move the food storage down next to the oxygen. Then we're going to delete this one. That will give us the option later of expanding out our nuclear battery. And of course, I want to have lights. So that the people in the dome can see that there is ample surplus just in the event of catastrophic colony failure. We are super low on polymers, though. We need to do something about that one. Rather sharpish, too. Right, I'm going to want to probably set up some extra storage for... No, actually, I think we're good with that. That should be enough to store all of the excess that we've got lying around. There we go. Enjoy full screen, Aavak. Don't you mean enjoy full screen Plumbers, Mac? On that note, I think we need another drink, Plumbers, Mac. No, that's a small drink. We need a big drink. Oh, warms the cockles. And the subcockles. Right. Where is more metal? Got a little bit there, a little bit there. Oh no, actually only a little bit here. How much can this hold? I'm not actually sure. Might be able to hold a lot more, but let's go down there, gather everything, then head back and drop it all off. There we go. Alright, we're up to 40 now, 48, that's good. Now, the thing I want with this place, this needs to be built specifically... Actually, let me just double check something. We do have an excess of water right now. Oxygen, not so much, though. Oxygen, not so much. Very well. We need another Moxie. Right by there should do. Let's get that up and running. And we should be good. Let's make sure all of my wind turbines are properly set up. Charging slowly. Charging very slowly. But once they are fully charged, they are going to be amazing.
Sector
This
scanned.
one also charging slowly. Low on machine parts. Yeah, it's time. It's time. We can't wait any longer. We need more machine parts. Probably more electronic parts as well. So let's just send a rocket with 10 of each. Go ahead, Leafy Leafin 1. Hopefully we'll get another influx of monies soon. Because right now our research is slowing. Only got one shift of scientists right now. We got any funding available? Funding, yeah. Have we got any unemployed? We do. We actually do have an unemployed person. I'm actually going to shut down the art workshop. Now that we've got 2 unemployed people in this dome, I'm going to open up a second... Wow. Drat. I mean, they're not specifically fit for the purpose that they're being put to there. It's a bit of a shame. They don't have full training for it, unfortunately. Will each of these domes be self-sufficient? The domes will, generally, because I tend to try and populate my domes quite heavily, they will usually, not always, but they will usually have 1 farm each. But the other things that each dome has will depend a little bit. Now, understand that the way this game works, it's a little bit unintuitive in that while someone will happily leave their dome to go to work in an extractor that is external to the dome, they will not leave their dome to go to work that is internal to a dome or to satisfy a need where the only available service building for that need is in another dome. If the rule of thumb is, if the thing is done inside a dome, then a person will only do that thing in the dome that they live in, no matter how important it is. So with that in mind, there's a certain level of comfort that you try to produce in any dome. But, for example, you might want to make a dome which is especially comfortable and is especially attractive for people who are looking to have children, and indeed for children themselves, and indeed for training those children. You might want a dome dedicated to that, to just getting people into your workforce. And then other domes, don't worry about it, because the only people moving into those domes are people, adults who aren't having families, who are just working, and that's where you'd have your machine factories and things like that, and so on and so forth. But it is really, really important to bear that in mind. Like, for example, this place is super comfortable. This place has an average comfort of 84. That is crazy high. We don't need it to be that high, not even close to that high. I could happily do away with, for example, this bar, and instead replace it with a factory. And I might do, once I've made this a much more comfortable place to be. So we'll see. We will see. Thank you very much, pint-sized Ginger, for the subscription. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. So are Martians Gorons? I feel I may have missed a part of that conversation. How much bigger is the medium dome? It is huge compared to the basic dome. Humongous compared to the basic dome. Also, we need to name our second dome. So, well, actually, there you go. This place is already looking kind of nice. Charging up the batteries, all is going well. Now, if we have a look at our overall consumption of resources, let's have a look. I'm producing 6 polymers, but I am consuming 3 polymers. And maintenance is 1.2. So 4.2 out of 6, that doesn't leave us with very many polymers. We're using 1.1 machine parts as well. It's not good. It's not good. We definitely need more. Can I build... I can build machine part manufacturing. Maybe. This place gets quite a lot of people. It's got a high service comfort. This only improves the service comfort
Sector
up
scan.
to 60, though.
Anomaly found.
So yeah, we're going to get rid of that. It's time for the spacebar to go. We're going to replace it with another factory. Let's get rid of that rusty old building from inside the dome. That cannot be good. There we are. The service comfort in this dome is still going to be fairly high. But as soon as we've gotten rid of that, it'll be we'll get some other things going. And we got some extra funding. Good, good, good. Continue scanning around these parts. We are going to desperately need to build a tunnel soon. We just don't have the machine parts. So that has to be our focus right now. We have to get the machine parts up and running. So, with that in mind, let's get you installed right there. There we are.
Research
Looking
complete.
dapper.
Low G engineering. Fantastic. Right, okay, so with a low G engineering, we are now working on the micro manufacturing. We can also move up to smart domes soon as well. Sustainable architecture will reduce the maintenance costs, which is really important. I'm going to reorganize those. They're all very, very important things. Right, I need more. Right now we're using a lot more of that for maintenance than anything else. So we're going to launch Tiberian Kid 2 with more resources for us. Should be here fairly soon. Right, on that note as well, I'm actually going to build another charging station just up here. Just for the drones that are wandering up in this direction.
Meteor incoming.
Okay, cycle through impact positions. Oh, no. Ha 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 ha. It wasn't built yet. Take that. Premature impact, Meteor. Thank you very much, Nominal D, for the subscription there. Will colonists migrate to domes that better suit their specialization? No, but you can encourage it, in which case, yes. Basically, I can tell a dome to filter by traits. I can tell a dome not to accept anyone of a certain trait, and to encourage people of a certain trait to migrate to it. If someone has one of the undesired traits, they simply won't move there. And if they have one of the desired traits, they might move there. They're more inclined to, at the very least. Sol 31, I think, was still quite a fair way off getting what we need. Which is a bit of a pain. We'll have to see. But with this build, we've got a fully staffed workforce in there. That's excellent. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. Let's have a look around. Who's not working somewhere? Or is every slot is being worked properly? Oh, okay, just one there. That's not bad. Honestly, that's really not bad. So we are now producing 2.7 machine parts per day. We do have a maintenance cycle of electronic circuits, though, which isn't great, but it's certainly better than it was before. So our production of 2.7 machine parts versus our consumption of machine parts. Advanced resource production consumes and other stats from the last sol. Unless otherwise stated, resources in consumption buildings are not counted towards the total available amount. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, produce 6, we consume 3. That's largely for things like the art workshop. And then we need 1.2, so we've only got 0.8 polymers being produced a day, or a sol. Whereas machine parts, we will have 1.1 versus 2.7. So actually, that's not bad. That's actually quite good. 1.8 per sol will be producing. Obviously, we're going to be building other things that will cause that to go down, but on the whole, that's not too bad. Can we improve that? No, we haven't got any tech to improve that yet, but it's fine. Ooh. Ah, we can upgrade the production of the Moxies. Yes, please. Upgrade the Moxies. That would actually be quite nice for me.